Meanwhile, on the Fox Business Network yesterday, Senate Majority Leader Harry Reid criticized America's dependence on fossil fuels. Take a listen.
Coal makes us sick. Oil makes us sick. It's global warming. It's ruining our country. It's ruining our world. We've got to stop using fossil fuel. We have, for generations, taken it out of the earth, carbon out of the earth, and put it in the atmosphere, and it's making us all sick. It's changing our world.
Senator Reid has been calling for government incentives to aid the renewable energy industry, but critics believe the only cost-effective way to decrease our dependency on foreign oil and lower gas prices is to allow drilling in the U.S. Joining us now, author of The Politically Incorrect Guide to Global Warming, Chris Horner, and author of Breakthrough, Michael Schellenberger. Michael, I got to go to you first. Is Harry Reid all wet, or is he just trying to offend the Virginia and West Virginia and Montana coal industries?
Well, I would put it a little bit differently than Harry Reid did. I would just say that coal and oil were really important energy technologies that helped us to create a very strong and wealthy country. But now the time has come that we need to move on to better sources of energy, solar, wind. I think Harry Reid has that part right. We need to get free of oil for a lot of different reasons, including economic reasons and national security reasons that don't have anything to do with global warming whatsoever.
Michael, I noticed you left out nuclear when you ran through that little list of things. Is that because Harry Reid's such a vigorous opponent of nuclear waste in Nevada?
Well, I think there's a whole set of different energy technologies that we need to take a look at. I mean, the thing that I think we really need to make a big push for urgently is to get into electric cars and trucks. We have those technologies now. They're still a bit primitive. But as we start moving to electric cars and trucks, better batteries, a new electrical grid, it's going to allow us to bring these new clean energy technologies online much faster and bring their price down so that they're actually cost competitive with fossil fuels like coal and oil.
Chris Horner, does the promise of that help us to get below $4.07 a gallon when I put it in my car last night?
No, not at all. And that's the absurdity of the energy policy such as it is that was articulated by Senator Reid, and we've heard a lot about the last few months, and that is that let's not invest in bringing Anwar oil and offshore oil and gas here because it might not be here for 5 to 10 years. Let's instead invest more, by the way, taxpayer money in miracle fuels and Jetsons mobiles and pixie dust that might not be here in 10, 20 years, if ever, okay? So you've got to remember, of course you do, Ellen, and as soon as you tell me how much you paid for your windmill,
I got a windmill in the back. That's how I power my... Let me, Chris, the Center for Disease Control agrees with Harry Reid. Here's what they have put out on their own website. Transportation-related pollutants, they say, are one of the largest contributors to unhealthy air quality. Many of these common air pollutants, respiratory irritants, aggravate asthma. Recent research findings are beginning to point to a potential link between air pollutants and the initial onset of certain respiratory conditions. He's talking about the very kinds of things that are used now, like, coal-powered energy and also, gas and oil. It leads to pollution and it causes disease. Is there any question that Harry Reid was accurate when he said that?
Let's distill what he said sensibly here. We know, okay, that pollution has continued to drop steadily for 4 decades. Asthma has continued to rise. We know that air pollution is not causing the asthma incidences. However, wait a second, Alan. Fossil fuels don't make us sick. Fossil fuels make us wealthy. And wealthier is healthier. Wealthier is cleaner. It is not the wealthy countries. In the extent that it creates wealth, yes, because it is not wealthy countries who despoil the wallet environment. Alan, I'm going to answer your question, okay? The wealthier countries do not despoil the environment. It is the poor countries. You can look that up. What would Nevada be without 90% of its electricity, which is filed
coal is good for the air, good for the environment? Oil is good for the environment?
Actually, we are burning things cleaner than ever before. Our air pollutants continue to drop 4 decades in a row. Bill Clinton's EPA had trumpeted this when she left office. Did everything suddenly reverse? No, not at all. Wealthier is healthier, wealthier is cleaner.
Michael, I can't believe they're making the argument, A, that drilling is going to reduce prices anytime soon, which our own energy department says it will not, and that coal and oil are good for the environment.
Right. Michael? Well, I mean, what the Energy Information Administration says is that maybe 10 years out, drilling in the Arctic refuge would reduce the gasoline prices 1 to 3 cents a gallon. So really, it has almost no impact on gas prices. But there's a different point that needs to be made here, which is that every time we put gas in our cars, we're helping to support dictatorships and terrorist networks, and that has to end. For national security reasons, we need to move to electric cars and electric trucks.
We thank you both very much for being with us tonight. Let's take a